We're on the record in cause number 322752. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Trevin Owens. Mr. Owens, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Owens, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Owens, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Owens?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Owens. You're here in this case, and the case is styled the state of Texas versus Trevin Owens. The information states that, or alleges that, on or about November 18 of 2018, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of possession of dangerous drug. Mr. Owens, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Owens, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Owens, I'm gonna show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Owens, are these your initials next to the X?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, Mr. Owens, is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Owens, is this your signature
Yes, sir.
at the bottom above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
There's one box that's checked up here at the top. This box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have this discovery certification.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Owens, I also have another document here. This is Judge Wood's name. Another document here. Kind of call that law number 3, not 2. I mean 2, not 3. Okay, now, Mr. Owens, I just made some adjustments to this document. They had County Code law number 3 up here. I put a 2 there. They had Judge Wood's name down here. I just
I don't know how
scratched that out.
happened. I apologize.
Okay, and so, Mr. Owens, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and the state would also like to offer exhibit number 2, which is the probable cause affidavit.
No objections to States 1 or Exhibit 2, Your Honor.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Paget, you
Yes, Your Honor.
advised and counsel Mr. Owens. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Owens, your attorney, Mr. Paget, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Owens, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas, waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, we have a plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Okay, so the state is dismissing case number 322629 and offering 1 year deferred adjudication, a $400 fine, 60 hours of community service, and a drug and alcohol assessment in case number 322752.
You had a. the judgment. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Owens, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During this 1 year deferred adjudicated probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $400 plus court costs of $437, which comes to a total of $837. You would also have to pay a $100 reimbursement fee to the crime lab for their analysis. You will also be required to pay $60 each month for probation fees and a $15 each month for your analysis fee. Now, this comes to a total for monthly installments of $155 per month. Would you be able to pay the $155 per month monthly installments?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Orange, you will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, and you will be required to complete the alcohol assessment course, and the state will dismiss cause number 322692. Mr. Owens, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir. Totally fair.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Owens, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Owens, if you successfully complete this probation, this 1 year deferred adjudicated probation, this case will be dismissed. It would not appear on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure.
Yes, sir.
And you can talk to your attorney, Mr. Paget, about the non-disclosure. He's quite confident in these matters. Okay, Mr. Owens, please stand over here on the X and follow the directions of the clerk. And Mr. Owens, have a good day, and I will be signing the dismissal in a few seconds.